From a princess to a queen she's grown, learning to fly with each wing she's shown. First crochet, then knit, now sewing she goes. Spinning and dyeing, what's next, who knows? She walks her path with courage bright, from morning sun to stars at night. No task too small, no dream too high. She'll soar above, reach the sky. From thread to thread, her story weaves a journey of strength, best believe. From spinning wheels to stitching seams, she crafts her world, living her dreams. Each new skill, a chapter turned, with every challenge, lessons learned. In skeins of yarn, her spirit threads, creating life with needle and thread. She moves with grace through tangled lines, with heart so pure and mind that shines. No fear of what's yet to be sown, a future bright and love she's known. From humble start she's climbed so far, her inner glow now like a star. With every stitch a vision clear, around she's built without fear. Oh,
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
Bridget, your face is... Oh, there you go. There you go. Hello, Angela and Sally and Kim and Maggie. Hi.
I was running around doing all the things because I forgot to do the YouTube side of things, and all.
Let's see if I can get my computer to work for me.
I am splitting down the second half of the second dragon yarn so that we can spin that up tonight. So I went live with Katie and Crystal. I finished up the first half already. Miss Carrie, welcome in.
Hi, Carrie. How are you? Hi, Linda. How are you, Linda? Welcome in.
Welcome in, Miss Linda. Good to see you.
Yeah, I learned something new. I started it yesterday. I'm going to make a blanket. I learned the Bavarian stitch.
Oh, so pretty. I love that stitch. It's so pretty.
And I'm like, I'm going to have to... Hi, Melanie J. and Deborah. How are you? Lurk away, sweetie. But I'm going to have to get some more of those colors because it didn't go as far as I thought it would. I thought a baby blanket it would, but I don't have enough. So I will go as far as I can and then put it in a bag to the back of the whip pile and then buy some more of the colors, when I can. So thank you, guys. I love it, and it's thick. I made it with a 4-weight, but it makes it nice and thick and squishy, and I don't know. I followed Nastasia's tutorial because she's the creator spotlight for April and May on Erin's channel, and
say it's a double monther.
Yeah. Erin's been having some trouble keeping up with it, so she's giving herself 2 months to catch up with everything.
That's
And
a
that
good
gives
idea.
everybody more time to make stuff. Hi, Lydia. How are you? But, yeah, the written, I was like, I don't understand this written. She writes it in a different way. Like, normally you get the parentheses or the parentheses, and then it says repeat 3 times.
Right.
You know? She says repeat 5 times, and then the parentheses with what you've got to repeat.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that would be if you're already, reading code, and now you got to learn a different way of. No, thank you.
Yeah, and some of it, like the key, the legend, um, it told you what the abbreviations meant, but like for a cluster, different people do clusters different ways, but there was no definition of the stitches and how to do them.
Yeah.
So oh, well, I'm sorry you're tired, but I'm glad you're doing okay, Lydia.
Sorry, had to remove my tea bag from my tea. No good having overbrewed tea.
So what do we have as a goal? 10 teal super chats. You're going to give away a hand-dyed yarn?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There we go. All right, Sally, take your time, sweetheart.
Hello, Kimberly. How are you? Welcome in. I love how you spell your name. Ugh. Excuse me while I scritch around here.
Well, I have been going amigurumi crazy the last few days. I have been trying to get this wizard pattern completed. I got
Uh-huh.
one leg for the wizard, one arm for the wizard, 2 arms for the broom yet. I think that's about it. I think.
Thank
There
you,
might be a couple.
Kendra. You're a sweetie. Happy
Oh, thank
Monday to
you.
you. Yes, amigurumi can be addictive. Bridget makes great amigurumi too. You should see the King's collection of Star Wars figurines that she's made. Well, not figurines, but ami.
Right. Those are a lot of fun to make. I need to finish the rest of the patterns in those books.
Yeah.
One of those. It's on the list. Except for now, I have ordered the yarn. I bought
Mhm.
yarn again this year.
Oh my God. Twice in 4 months.
Right. Because I'm going to be again putting the lover's blanket on the back burner.
You got another commission?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm not getting paid for it. The king really wants a gamecock blanket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
So,
said he's a big fan.
very big fan. Gamecocks he lives and breathes the South Carolina Gamecocks. That's all he thinks about is the upcoming season, the season we're on, the season we could have. Yeah, he don't care nothing
Oh,
about professional sports.
yeah.
He likes college football. So
Hi,
We're
Terry and Canny Joe. Hello. I haven't seen you in forever. And hi, Izzy. Izzy, I am still sending you good thoughts. I didn't know you were in the hospital now, sweetie. I hope they figure it out very soon and you get better.
Well, thank you for spending time with us, Danny Joe. And
What
yes, very much continued love and light, Izzy. I hope that you get better soon, sweetheart.
Once I figured out the repeat on this, I still make little mistakes. Like instead of doing a four treble together, I make them separate. But luckily, the blanket's still small enough that if I have to rip out an entire round, it's not too bad. But no, once you learn the repeat, you can do this whenever, doing whatever. I like it.
I can show you the pattern actually. Mm.
Welcome back, Sally. No, you didn't miss too much. Oh, you want to see? Okay, I learned the Bavarian stitch, so I'm going to make it into a blanket. And this is what I've got so far. Just three colors, but they actually went together um, really well, which made me happy.
The producers of this pattern do not allow you to share where you got this pattern, so unfortunately I can't here share where I got the pattern from, but this is the pattern that I'm doing. And if you get a hold of me on email or Facebook, I will share with you where the pattern comes from.
Wow. They don't want publicity?
Yeah, copyrighted pattern, honey.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I used to get are you doing it mosaic or grafton?
I am doing a corner to corner.
Okay.
He really liked the way the corner to corner stormtrooper blanket came out, the density of it. So,
Yeah.
though he very much loves his Darth Vader blanket, he would like one that's a little more dense. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go with the corner to corner. Then I do my corner to corners where I chain six, and then I do a double crochet in the third chain from the hook, and I do three more double crochets after that. So my uh, squares are four double crochets and a chain two.
I never really picked up corner to corner. I tried doing a corner to corner crochet along, but there were so many color changes and I was just learning it that it threw me and I never went back to it.
Right.
Um, but I would love to learn it because I know that once you get down your pattern or, it's easy.
Yeah, it's very potato chip crochet. Once you figure out how to turn and start the next row, very potato chip crochet.
Yeah, I remember having a problem with that too. The end of the row and getting it to not, lean and go in and or out or extra one or
Right. Yeah.
maybe that'll be what I learn next.
Well, I mean, as long as you've always got a list of stuff you need to learn.
Well, I learn every day of my life. I learn something. And that's how I want it to stay.
Yeah, I was
Melanie loves your top.
Yes, thank you very much, Melanie. I had a dress on, and it's, you know, summer dress, so I thought I better put something over.
Thank you, Sally, and hi, little Carrie. Do you like being called little Carrie, or do you just want to be called Carrie?
I forgot to play this. I am so sorry. I forgot to play the thank you video. So this is for Miss Sally, and who was the other one that sent one?
Kendra.
Kendra. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. I didn't mean to forget. I'm sorry, Kendra. She says she's
Are
totally
you
cool with little Carrie.
okay? I have to take out this row and the row before it, but I've already woven in the ends, so I have to cut it
See,
because I
that's
did.
the argument for waiting till the end to weave in your ends.
Yeah, but I hate having 1,010,000 ends, and for every 2 rounds, there are 2 ends. So,
You can't just
uh,
work your yarn up. You have to keep cutting.
well, she said to cut or use new yarn. Use new yarn, but yeah, you can't work it up because depends on how many colors you have. Every two, I have 3 colors, so color A wouldn't be used again until after color C, and that's 4 more rounds. You know, but I did too many. I did a corner piece on the side, and I could try to fudge it, but I don't want to fudge it. I want it to look right. Carrie asked, "Do you fly on that wheel too, Bridget?"
Yeah, yeah. I don't as often, only because it's only a 4 ounce bobbin, so uh there's not enough room to actually put a full 4 ounces on it when you're flying. At least for me, I mean, you can force it and do it, but then you sometimes will end up with your yarn will be way up here and touching the guide, or even worse, it could slip off the end and get all greasy and nasty. So I don't as often ply on Marilyn as I do Athena, because Athena's got the 8 ounce bobbin, so I can fully fill those up while plying my yarn.
Oh, I think I found my end. I may not have to use these things.
I hope you get well soon, Ganny Joe.
Oh, is Ganny Joe sick again?
Says she's been
Oh,
having migraine.
migraines. Oh, honey, that's not pleasant at all. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
I did too good weaving these ends in. Now it's like pick, pick, pick.
Well, this particular wheel, Marilyn is an Ashford Traveler, number 2, and Athena is an Ashford Joy 2. Um, Fiona is a
Frankenstein monster.
no, it's a Catherine wheel, is what they called it. I believe he named it after his daughter. And then Gloria is a great wheel. I'm not sure the maker or anything on that one though.
Oh, that's the big one you haven't gotten to play with yet.
Right. Although I have been kind of playing with an idea of a way of making her so I can spin on her. It wouldn't be historically accurate, but I could definitely rig it up where I could spin on her. So I might try it just because I really, really, really want to spin on her. And I've been also looking at charky wheels for spinning cotton.
You need a different wheel for cotton?
Yeah, well, I think I might possibly be able to do it on Athena, but I don't think that I could get quite enough spin to do cotton on Maryland. Yeah, I'm gonna buy Maryland the upgraded bobbins and mother of all and flyer. I just, I'm waiting for that magic 3K number so the king has to give me money to go on a shopping spree with. So hurry up and
Yeah.
share me out, everybody. And then when I hit the 5K, I plan on getting the weaving loom. Since I don't have a Joann's to go,
You gonna make your own fabric for your own bags?
well, I definitely could.
But that would be expensive bags then.
Right.
But no, you said you wanted to make yourself a dress out of your own fabric.
Yeah.
I think that's a lovely goal. So, in case anyone's interested, I'm a month out from my surgery now, and I'm sort of doing all right, but I was having a lot of pain, so I contacted the doctor and they had me come in before my next appointment. Turns out I have an infection. So I'm on antibiotics. But I started feeling nothing looks better yet. It's still angry, but I'm feeling a little better, So, and I have no idea how I got the infection. I haven't been doing anything I'm not supposed to or anything like that. So, thank you, Kimberly. But I'm doing better than other people, so yeah, it's being taken care of, Carrie. So, and little Carrie, and thank you. Yeah, I'm still sleeping a lot though, and I guess that's because fighting an infection. Welcome back, Izzy.
This is not spinning real great tonight. I think my hands are too sweaty.
Oh,
I'm trying really hard not to turn the air conditioner on, but it's been in the 80s.
my sister and I both ran our in-room air conditioners this weekend because we're so well insulated. Our rooms were 78 degrees each. And I'm like, I can't even sleep when it's that hot. I can't.
Mm-mm. Yeah, we've been running the one in the bedroom, but I'm trying really hard not to turn the whole house one on.
Yeah.
I know, once it goes on, it's not going off until it's time to start heating again.
Let me ask you guys an opinion. I am going to have my potiversary party. I wanted to have it in April, but April got away from me, and so I'm going to have it early May. Would a Sunday afternoon be a good time to have the party? I want to have it like in the afternoon so that my friends overseas can be there. But is that a good time for the rest of you guys?
Sundays are pretty slow, so that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, I've had parties on Sundays before.
Right? I agree with Sally. Parties anytime at this time.
Yeah. And this is just going to be a potiversary party because I'm now further away from monetization, but that just means an extra party when I do get the monetization. So,
This is spinning up way thicker than I would like. So I'm going to turn the yarn camera off. So I will be muted for a minute and I will be back.
okay. So, what are you guys all up to? Are you enjoying spring? Almost a month. Oh, Izzy, that's not good.
There we go.
And I know Angela has to be at the party because she has to win at least 3 things. Angela, Sally, even Deborah. They're all lucky duckies.
But you know, at least they're names that are always around and they show
Yes.
lots of love and support. They're not just there just to be lucky duckies.
Yes. Yes. They are there whether they win or there are prizes to be handed out or any of that. And I appreciate their support and love.
Look at this cuteness.
Is that the wizard's outfit?
This is Robe. I went rogue.
Oh,
I didn't like their sleeves, so I did my own sleeves.
yeah.
So he's got really bowed out open sleeves. And then look at that hat.
I love the hat.
So cute.
Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
went to start the sleeves and I went, you know what? I don't feel like following a pattern right now. I'm gonna do what I want on my own.
yeah. I've only done that like once or twice. But when I did, it came out well. So, I might do it more in the future. It's just a confidence thing. And you do not lack in confidence, Bridget.
Nope. Not when it comes to my crochet or my knitting or my bag making. Even if I don't
Or
know that I can do that, I can do that.
or you're spinning or you're beading or you're what are the other 12,000 things you do? Yarn dyeing or
Well, I
all right,
mean, that's
I got
because it's so wonderful. You know, yarn, I mean, the worst
yep.
thing that's going to happen is you have to pull it out and try again.
Unless you pick a yarn that doesn't frog.
True. True.
And then there's a lot of swearing and
Yeah,
cutting and throwing across the room.
See, if it won't frog for me, I just say F it, cut it, and throw it away.
Yep.
I know that's so wrong, and it makes people so mad. But you know what? This is my craft. This is what I do for enjoyment. Yes, every once in a while I make a little money. Not really, because, I mean, even though I got paid double for making the Pokemon, it took me almost a week to get it done. So $100 in a week's time, that's not a livable wage. You're not making money doing
Nope.
that. Um, but even when I get to put a little bit of coin back in my pocket with it, it needs to be enjoyable. If I can't enjoy it, what I'm doing, then I don't need to be doing it.
Right. Right. Nobody wants to be, oh, I hate what I'm doing. Oh. You made a phone stand and sewed it in 5 seconds? What? Or did Bridget make you a phone stand and sew it in 5 seconds? Because I would, yeah. Hi, Liz. How are you? Welcome
Hey,
in.
Liz.
Bridget did. Yeah, yeah. I get it now.
That was a really fun challenge, trying to figure out how to make one of those phone stands. That was fun.
Yeah.
Boy, that's some good tea. And now I, I've had a pork butt roast in the oven since 3 o'clock this afternoon. The
Oh,
king
that's
gets home
fun.
at like 7:45, 7:50.
Uh huh.
Still was not done yet. So
What?
I threw together something else to feed him for dinner, and it's still out there cooking. And girl, I could float through this house right now. It smells so good in here. I'm not even hungry, and it's making me hungry.
Yeah, good food will do that.
I went and got some fresh strawberries this weekend and some fresh sweet corn, and I got the king some crooked neck squash, and I made fried squash for the first time in my life. Never done that before. He really liked it. Yeah, no, thank you. I'd rather regular squash.
Yeah.
But man, those strawberries was so good, and that sweet corn. Oh,
I love corn. I love corn.
me too.
Oh,
It's
thank
so
you,
nice,
Liz.
but oh,
Yes. Don't forget to hit the Hi Charlie. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long.
she finally started posting again. I went and commented on one of them, and I've got the other one in my watch later queue. She got herself a really cool oven for doing her sublimation printing.
Yeah.
So now she's got like literally an oven to put like her shot glasses and stuff in. Girl, she did this shot glass with this freaking amazing eyeball in it. You've got to go watch that video. It was awesome. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful.
And did I see Jane Doe come in? Hi Jane Doe. How are you? It's good to see you.
Same
Oh,
here, Charlie. Same here, honey.
I'm sorry, sweetie, but I'm glad you got out of it.
Good to see you back, sweetheart. Oh, fried green tomatoes. Yes, please. I've got to get a couple tomato plants. I can't have my full garden this year, but I did get the herb garden is um completely seeded. Damn cats keep getting in it. I think I need to like get some chicken wire and make like a barrier to go over my herb bed for a little while.
At least until the plants can survive them.
Right? Buttheads. And I still need to get the rest of my flowers out. So many jobs, only one person to do them.
Did I send you the bulbs I was supposed to send you?
I think you sent me some. I have some
Okay.
out there that I'm pretty sure came from you.
Okay. Because my brain, I'm just like, wait, did I send that or did I just put it somewhere safe until I could send it? You know?
Yeah, the bulbs are mainly what I need to get out. I want to I'm thinking about doing a second pentagram um flower, but do a flower bed
Mm-hmm.
and put it like right out in front of the window. I mean, the other one's in front of this window, but it's across the driveway and in front of this window.
Yeah.
I want to put this one on this side of the driveway in front of the window and put a bunch of like hummingbird flowers and stuff like that in there. So I absolutely love watching the hummingbirds. And I got a bird bath last year. I found it on Facebook Marketplace for like $25.
Oh, nice.
Right. And like all I had to do was scrub it up a little bit. It's a concrete bird bath. There wasn't nothing wrong with it.
Your daffodils are coming up, Maggie? What? But it was only like 40 this morning.
My whole yard smells like flowers right now. It smells like heaven outside my house right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Flowers. There's this one specific flowering bush that we have down here. I don't know what it's called, but it's got itty bitty little white flowers on it. And it grows like crazy. It's very invasive because we have to cut a lot of it out of our property. But it smells like heaven. It's just so beautiful.
They
And
have,
the magnolias will be going.
yeah, they have, well, what I do when I don't know what something is that's growing, I take a picture of it and do the Google Lens thing.
Yep.
And, you know, it's pretty good.
I'm not sure. It's just a big bush. I'll have to take a picture of it when I go out inside next time because it grows all over my property. A lot of people plant it as like a barrier between properties because it's always a green bush. Even in the wintertime, it's a green bush.
Huh.
In the spring, it blooms and oh, it's so pretty. But when we cut that up and like we burn it, that wood smells really bad when it burns.
Ooh. Something in the sap or something, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh. Such beautiful things. And then they're like, nope, I'm going to choke you out with my fumes. Thanks for
Right.
burning.
Well, that's, I guess, the payback you get for burning it.
Yep.
But, and when you burn it, then you can take those ashes and spread those ashes in the ground, which is fertilizer for the plants. And, so.
Yep.
That's what I do. I take my burn pit. I make sure nothing nasty goes in there. Just, plant material. And we spread that throughout the garden and the yard and whatnot and spread it around my plants. I got one of my elephant ears is starting to come up. I noticed yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I love my elephant ears.
I remember you showing those to us on your tour last year.
Yeah. They're so big and pretty. And I found a hibiscus bush this weekend. I'm going to go back and get it. And I'm not sure 100%, but I think my hibiscus flowers from last year actually came back this year. So, if it
Well,
did,
hibiscus, that's a bulb, isn't it?
I think so.
I think. So it should self-propagate and, more of them each year if it's all healthy and everything.
I hope so, because I want to make some hibiscus water. You take the flowers and you make some, just put them in water and diffuse them for a while. And the water's
And what
really
do you use hibiscus water for?
drinking.
Okay.
Or you can also use it in magical applications to bless things with and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Miss Lisa. I went to the post office today, Lisa. It's not there yet. I'll probably go back again on Wednesday, and it'll probably be there by then, I would guess.
Hi, Lisa. Oh, Lisa, I'm going to need to get your address. So if you could email me, I'm going to put my email in the chat. I mean, like I said, it won't be anytime soon, but when I can, I'm going to send you those yarns. So,
Excuse me.
and I know all about like how they charge duties and taxes in different countries. So it'll be $2 worth of yarn on the form. Thank you, sweetie. And Sally and anyone else I owe something to in here, I have not forgotten you. I swear I have not forgotten you. I'm not sending anything before I send to the people I owe. And I'm sending to them in the order they got. We got up to almost six. What did we get? 62 today. So it was a pleasant day until the skies opened up and poured rain for like 2 hours. I wish I could have my garden planted with all this rain we're getting. I know, Sally, but I just want you to be assured. Okay, honey?
Oh, couldn't imagine going from Florida to the cold right now. I'm sure in
Yeah,
Florida everyone's playing in the water already.
probably.
Heck, when we were out and about this last week while the king was on vacation, the one museum that we went to, it was one
You,
room in a college, but it had a website. It was a museum. It was one room in a college, and I think
what was it a museum of?
they had dinosaur bones and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
But out when you were standing there looking at the dinosaur bones, if you happened to look up and look outside, you got to see college girl booty and college girl chichis just hanging all out, just laying on the grass in front of their school,
Like
like
bare
in their
sunbathing.
bikinis with their
Uh,
the strap going all the way up to the unholy
yep.
land.
Oh, wow.
I looked at
I
the
never
king.
had that kind of confidence. I was like, nope, it's all right.
I'm like, I'm sure their parents are proud they're paying $100,000 plus a year for them to lay out and show everybody, including their professors, their backsides.
Hmm.
But okay.
I'll have to look for that video. Sally
Izzy,
said
don't
it
talk
was a
like
good
that.
video. Huh?
I said, Izzy, don't talk like that, honey. We know.
No,
We're
honey.
giving up
Don't want
loud,
you to
and
give up.
if that's truly how you feel, please get off of the internet and call your local helpline. Wherever you
There,
are, there is someone that can talk to you and give you assistance in whatever you are needing. Professionals that know how to handle the situation. Please take care of you and go find somebody
yes.
that can help you with what you need help with.
you're in the hospital, call a nurse and tell them how you're feeling. Let them know. But there is a national suicide prevention hotline that you can call, you can text, you can
Oh,
chat.
okay, going to bed for the night. Okay, okay. Well,
Oh,
the way you said that, sweetheart, it
yeah.
really scared me.
Yeah. But we're glad it was not meant in that way.
Yes, go get some rest.
I'm glad you got to spend Easter with your kids, Izzy, even though it ended not so well.
It's hot as the dickens, and I'm still drinking hot tea. Where is the sense in that?
Well, you gave up on your iced coffee a long time ago. I think you're immune to it now. Or do you miss it still?
Oh God, I miss it. I miss it so bad.
Why
It's
aren't you
anyway kicking on
drinking
me
it
this
then?
weekend.
The doctor said it wasn't doing anything for the reason.
Yeah, I know. You had to get a hold of me, Charlie. I need to hear a funny story, girl, because after the week I had, shoot. Mm. But no stress, no mess. We ain't going to let none of that touch us. We're going to let it just roll on off and keep rolling forward. That being said, for those that have enjoyed the Witchy Wednesday segment, I'm sorry to announce that will be coming to an end once I finish this wizard project. I plan on still finishing all the projects that were in the Witchy Wednesday lineup. However, I am not going to continue with Witchy Wednesday. They're not really being watched as it is, and I'm feeling like it's kind of locking me in, and it's shutting down my creative ability to do what it is that I want to do or when I want to do it. So that's going to change. Also, it's still going to be the year of the mosaic, but if I get one mosaic blanket done this entire year, I will count it a success, and we'll do another one next year and another one after that until I get them done, hopefully. But Frantic Friday will still be a thing, but it's going to be my weekly recap. This is what I've done in my crafting this week. That's what Frantic Friday will be from now on. And hopefully that will free me up to bring you guys other videos and do some other fun things that I would like to join in on and whatnot. I am part of the Decade Divas later on this fall, so I need to get a project done for that. But it's just, I don't know. I see it work for other people to have the dedicated segments and whatnot. Unfortunately for me, that doesn't work. And I feel that if it's not working for me, it can't work for you guys. You know? So in order to, to continue being happy in what I'm doing, I need to make a few changes. And I know that you guys will stick with me through that and keep rolling with the punches until we actually figure out what the hell we're doing around here.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Like half the 75% of the time, I have no idea what I'm doing. So, that's why we're friends.
Oh,
Good
I
night.
love you, Charlie.
I know. I read that story too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of changes. Some of them I'm going to talk about, and you'll know that that's what's going on, and others are I'm just not going to do it anymore. And if anyone asks me why, I'll tell them, and if they don't ask me why, then we'll leave it at that.
It really is just for fun and community, little Carrie.
You know, I started my channel to make friends. Now, do I have all the friends in the world? Nope. But the friends that I have are wonderful friends, and I'm very, very, very blessed and love each and every single one of them. And even the ones like, Charlie and I, shoot, it's probably been a good 6 to 9 months since the last time we actually got to sit down and have a real conversation with each other. Doesn't stop me from loving her, and I know it doesn't stop her from loving me. So,
Right.
there's just sometimes that's the way it is. And there's my Jill. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi, Jill. How are you? Welcome in. I gotta get back over to Jill's channel. I'm not on any channels right now. Like, I only come on.
He did his last live the other night, from what I
What?
heard. From what I heard, he did his last live the other night. Joe, uh,
Yeah, Joe says he's not gonna do lives. He needs time for himself because that man has been working 3 jobs for gosh knows how many years, and then YouTube on top of that, and he's got 2 YouTube channels. So
well, Kimberly, hit me up on the other site, sweetheart, and I might be able to help you. I'll sit with you and try to figure out where it is you're getting stuck. Okay, Mandy, how you doing, sweetie?
hi, Mandy. How are you? Welcome in. Oh, and there is a goal tonight. If we get 10 teal, I don't know how much a teal one is. 10 teal super chats. I found out super stickers don't count, but super chats do. Bridget will give away hand-dyed yarn. Hand-dyed fancy yarn. Yay!
Let's see. We got Miss Kimberly and Maggie and Kristen and the Naked Snail, Miss Demetra, and Nana Michelle. Welcome to the club, my friends.
Welcome to the Queen's Court. Dun dun dun.
I will be right back. I'm going to go shut that oven off because I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that meat is done because it smells so good. Ooh.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. And when Bridget comes back, I'm sure she'll play her thank you video for you. Yes. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I will look for that after the live. Are the teal ones $5, Jet?
I'm not
Okay.
sure. Did I push the wrong thing? I don't even. I was literally setting everything up in like a click, 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 click. I forgot to do all this.
Yeah, I think little Carrie's right, and they're the $5 ones, but you've had 3 so far. Jill sent a super chat.
Well, we'll play this for Jill. Thank you very much.
Don't say the G word. Wait, what's the G word?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I said gosh. Well, when you make the goals, you can make them for certain levels of the super chats. Yeah, I thought any of the super chats or super stickers would count for a goal, but I had a goal last week and somebody sent 2 super stickers and they didn't count. So I counted it myself. I said they count. But apparently for the actual algorithm of the goals, they don't.
Well, okay. The gift is
Oh, say mystery instead of
okay. So the mystery, whatever you want to call it, is either these two or these two.
Ooh, so pretty. What are the names on those?
One is Maybaum, and the other one is Harvest Gold.
Beautiful. I remember when you came out with them. So
Mm-hmm.
they're saying it's either a $2 or $5. But if it were a $2, Jill's $1.99 would have counted. So I don't know. Bridget will do what Bridget is gonna do.
Just trying to,
What's that?
make sure that yarn finally finds it to somebody that's going to make something out of it. And
Yeah.
hopefully I will be buying some more bear yarn here soon to dye up. And this next week coming up, I'm going to be dyeing some cotton yarn. So,
Oh, Jill, you didn't have to do that again, but thank you, sweetie.
thank you, Jill.
If anybody wants to see how
Sorry, I was a little quicker than quick on the finger that time.
that's okay. This is actually a hand-dyed, hand-spun one of hers. So, and I'm just knitting a cowl with it. But this is it caked up. Isn't that pretty?
That is very pretty.
That is so pretty. What do you? You're not supposed to say it's pretty. You made it.
Well, it is pretty.
All right, all right.
I mean, if I don't like my stuff, who will? Num num num. So I went and
Yeah.
got myself a ice cube tray today,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put a bunch of those fresh strawberries that I got this weekend in the blender, and made myself some little ice cubes. So now I can have my strawberry lemonade whenever I want.
That is a
Cube and stick it in.
that's ingenious.
I love it. It's good stuff. Gonna have to
I
get
hope everything's okay, Jill.
Yeah, well, she's been so busy taking care of herself and her dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
Well, I really like doing it. I tried smashing them with like a smasher, but then you end up with big chunks. And which I don't get me wrong, I don't hate the big chunks, but it just it mixes in so much better if you puree it down.
Yep.
Have a good night, Charlie. Enjoy your company.
Night, Charlie. Glad you're back.
Oh, that's wonderful, Izzy. I'm glad you can keep stuff down, sweetheart. Hi,
Yeah.
Dory. Welcome in, sweetheart.
Hi, Dory. How are you?
No need for sorry, sweetheart. There's life off the internet. Let me tell you.
Yep.
Yeah, they're trying to straighten Jill out, so they're putting her in the Laffy Taffy machine and pulling her straight. She's having to go through traction and everything. Let me tell you, oof, no thank you.
Well, I'm glad nothing bad right now, and we'll keep good thoughts that it won't be anything bad at all.
Right. Whew.
I am overheated. You and I are saying the same. I'm taking off my sweater. Ugh.
I hope you guys can't hear their music next door.
Oh wow, really? They've already started for the year?
Oh, Ben. Well, that's why I love you, Jill. I mean, just as crooked as I am.
Oh gosh. Jill, you do you still have that gorgeous big puppy dog? I forget his name. Do you I'll come over. I'll come over. I'll watch some videos and I'll drool over your puppy dog.
Usually get to see the pup on Friday nights a lot because Serbs gets his bone during the chat.
Cerberus, that's right. Duke? No, I think it's Cerberus. I haven't been on you. I'm only celebrating my 3rd anniversary, and I was only on for like 6 months before I started a channel or something like that. So,
There's some big crazy eyeballs in there.
only you can be entertained by the music, Bridget. We can't hear it. The White Great Pyrenees was, oh, yes. Oh, I love a Great Pyrenees. Oh my gosh. We're not
I
allowed to
did
have
too
big dogs.
until one got into my goat pen.
Oh no, that was one of the dogs? But they're so gentle.
I guess not when they're running with a pit.
Yeah, but pits can be gentle too. Pits can have any
Oh,
sort of,
I know.
any dog can have any sort of personality. It's the people who raise them that,
No.
yeah.
And unfortunately, once a dog has blood in its mouth,
Oh.
they don't stop. But
Well, I don't know. My dogs, when we first brought Ziva home, um, my dogs went after each other. They each drew blood on each other once. But I reached in there and I grabbed them by the scruff and I pulled them apart. And we were at a store, we were at a pet store, and I had them on a shared leash. And this store keeps the dog treats in open bins down where the dogs can get them. And I was like, and they started going after each other, and I just went, you know, and they're like, "You put your hands in there?" I'm like, "They weren't drawing blood; they were posturing." Later, they drew blood, but they got. We just figured out how much time they could spend together and when they needed alone time. You know.
yeah, it's not generally the dog; it's the owner. Although certain breeds are more prone to be ornery, we'll say.
Jack Russells.
And like
Those are
short hair dachshunds, wire hair dachshunds. The long hairs aren't that way, but the short hairs and the wire hairs are very much one person only kind of dogs, where
yeah.
the long hairs are, they love everybody.
Well, the long hair
Mhm.
has hair like Fabio, so what do they have to complain about? They
Right,
just go, put a blow dryer on me. Go ahead, mom, put a fan on me. Let it blow in the wind. You know,
right.
Chihuahuas can be nasty. My mom's best friend has a whole gaggle of Chihuahuas, but like the father Chihuahua, because she bred him like once and then kept some of the babies. And but the I love that. Um but he was the most mild and peace loving. I would go visit and she was just amazed that over like his entire lifespan he remembered me. I'm like, he doesn't have a, you know, memory problem. They remember people, okay? I've known him since he was a puppy. And but he would just come and sit on my lap and then the other chihuahuas would come looking and he'd be like, "This is my lap." But all he had to do was give him a look. He didn't have to growl, didn't have to bark. No. I miss him.
One of my favorites has always been Chow Chows. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, those are dangerous." Ah. They're
They're all
highly
dangerous.
intelligent animals, wonderful
Yeah.
dogs.
They're this is my person kind of dog and usually don't tolerate other people.
And
But
you definitely don't put them on a chain.
I have made friends with two Chow Chows in my life, and that's the only Chow Chows I've known. And they both accepted me and liked me. So, I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. If the dog's Irish Wolfhound, you like the big dogs, don't you, Kimberly? Oh my gosh, I want a big dog, but I mean, we're not. Dad says no big dogs.
Welcome in, Mimi.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Terriers are funny dogs too, because it's like you flip a coin. They're either going to be the most awesome little dog ever, or they're going to be batshit crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
There's really no middle ground.
yeah.
I agree, Kimberly. That's why I want to have my yard fenced in and a couple chow chows running around. I won't have to worry about no one wanting to visit.
Yeah, then you'll just have to worry about getting your mail. But you worry about that now, so.
You're right. They've actually been a little bit better lately. They finally hired someone to run my route.
Huh.
So I haven't had to go up there and show my backside lately, which has been nice.
Wait a minute. In all this time since the last person, they don't have anyone running your route?
They didn't. For over
Oh,
6 months, they did not have a person on my route. Everyone else was finishing their route and then coming back and grabbing a section of my route if they had time to deliver it. Yeah.
wow.
I've never minded the droolers. The king says I can't have anything higher than knee high in the house. He says anything higher than knee high is too big for the house. I'm used to having like Great Danes in the house and bull mastiffs and, Afghani wolfhounds. But.
We just have to get our house in order and then we'll get Ziva. a companion. So, and hopefully she won't have become too territorial by then and
Right.
jealous that it's not going to go over well. But it's like when you live in the middle of nowhere and the closest dog park or whatever is half an hour away and your dog gets car sick, you don't take her out much, you know?
Right. Border collies are good dogs. Very good
Yeah.
dogs. My sister's got 3 of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
3 dogs, 3 kids.
And 3 tortoises.
Oh, so one for each kid.
No,
One
they're
of
hers.
everything.
And I think they got a whole bunch of kittens right now too.
Oh
Because I think
no.
they had 1 cat, and then I gave them a cat out of one of the cats, one of the kittens that was born out back.
Yeah.
And then that cat had kittens, and then she had kittens again, and I think everyone's got a cat now. I think all 3 of the kids have their own cat now.
I hope she lives in a good sized house.
Oh, 2-story, yeah. 4-bedroom, I think, 3 or 4 bedroom. A decent backyard. I mean, it's a good sized house for being in the city.
I was going to say you had said she was in the city, so I was picturing like a townhome or row home or.
It's a 2-story. Like her living room, the ceiling goes all the way up to the past the top. Like it's an open living room area, and she's got
Yeah.
like fireplace in there. She's got a really nice house.
It sounds nice.
Ooh, we're in the
Burrito
decreasing.
warmer.
I finally finished the heel on the king's second sock. So I am working on the foot. Liz says, I can only handle Alex.
Do I need to know what a burrito warmer is? Do I want to ask? If you're knitting or crocheting it?
I believe it's like a pocket that you can put your burritos in so that they stay nice and warm once you take them out of the oven before you eat them.
Okay, because my mind went to something else that only men can use. Because people have crocheted those.
Oh yeah, I've seen the chicken patterns. I've seen the elephant patterns. Yeah. I've had a couple people ask me to make them, but
It's
it
a
was
knit
only
hat.
because they also wanted to ask me if I would take the measurements myself.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, no, don't
It's a
worry, I
knit
won't
hat,
trust
she
you, and I'll
says.
I'll I'll minus at least 6 inches of whatever you tell me the number is.
Now, before I finish this row off again, I'm going to make sure I did all of it right. That's what I'm going to do from here on out. I'm going to go around, check my work on each round, and then, yeah, who likes scales?
Right?
Kimberly?
They're awful things.
Mine keeps lying to me every Monday. I weigh myself every Monday, and it keeps lying to me horribly. It's trying to make me depressed. Yeah, story. I took it in a direction we were not expecting, but you can just expect the unexpected at our lives.
Maggie says her ex had a red, white, and blue one.
Maggie. I would That doesn't surprise me.
Hmm. That's all right. That's all right. Mm. It's finally cooling down a little bit in here.
Good.
I did start the that phase of the moon wrap that I was in Witchy Wednesday. I have started that, but I'm not making it a wrap. I'm going to make it an altar cloth. So the part of the pattern that there was no patterning, where you just had to do like, I think, 30 or 40 rows of single crochet, I skipped that part and went straight into working the pattern.
Oh, do you have it to show? Or no, because it's a Witchy Wednesday? Because you
Well,
said,
I've been quitting Witchy Wednesday. I can show it. I just got to grab it. I am once again using the wonderful bobbins that come from Jude and Mr. Pajamas. For this project, we have 3 of them connected right now. There should be 4, but instead of connecting a bunch of bobbins, I just connected the whole ball. Because
nice.
I'll only need actual bobbins of the blue. The moon color just goes back and forth all the way across.
Yeah.
And I carried the yarn when I needed to. But it's not much of a start, but we have our first crescent moons going.
Very nice.
So it's a decent length, width. But it'll look cute on the top of on top of my altar. And I was able just to use yarn that I had on hand rather than going out and buying more yarn.
Yep.
And the Stormtrooper blanket person got their blanket. And they got the blanket that they purchased, and they're gifting it away to a friend for their birthday. And both parties were very much in love.
Yay.
So I was very happy to hear that. Yeah, it's navy blue for Lion Brand Pound of Love, and then what's this one? Antique white for the moon.
Hi, Brenda. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Bear. Good to see you, sweetheart.
I go and say I picked up the Bavarian stitch pretty good, and I keep making mistakes.
It's doing the chat and trying to...
Yeah. But at least I found the mistake this time before I was on the next row. So.
Right. I do that a lot. Like when I was doing the virus stitch blanket, I would miss a stitch and I wouldn't find it, of course, until I got all the way back around. And that's why the virus stitch blanket that I made went on timeout for like 4 years before I finally finished it. And I literally only had a round and a half to go.
Yeah.
But I was that upset because I had found a mistake and had to rip it all out. And hence why I don't really do a lot of blankets.
I am sorry, Brenda, but I'm glad you're here with us now.
And I hope things look up for you soon, Brenda, honey. All right, Jill, you keep an eye on those bad guys for us. I've been watching a lot of court TV stuff. Other than a select few people that like I've been watching for years and years, and I just absolutely love them. I haven't really been watching a whole lot of um, lives or videos in the crochet community.
Ooh, a trial verdict.
Mm-hmm. That's where I've been at. I've been over watching true life crime stuff, but most of the true life crime stuff I've been watching isn't even stuff that happens here. The ones I've been watching happen over in it's all in the UK or in Australia.
Oh, wow. Have a good night, Tammy.
I just found that I was doing a little bit too much, you know? Had to back off a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, fun, fun, Dory. Yarn barf is just the best, ain't it? Have a good night, Jill. Take care of you, sweetheart.
Oh, have a good night, Jill.
I had a big old ball of yarn barf last night. The ball spit out a center and then spit out a center to the center.
Hmm.
So I just said to hell with this and brought it over to my caker and caked the yarn up. So I ain't dealing with all that. And then I ran out of the one scrap ball that I had for the wizard skin.
Yeah.
And the next one that I had, and I didn't want to go and buy yarn, is slightly different. So his ears are slightly a different shade than his body and head, and as will his hands and arms be the same as his ears.
You know what, though? I can't tell it from over here.
No, I mean it's not horrible bad, you know. And he's gonna have a hat on most of the time. He's gonna have his cloak on all the time, so you're really not gonna see a lot of his details, you know. So
I have a Stanwood bowl winder, Dory, and I love it.
yeah, I have the Stanwood as well. I got mine off of Amazon, Dory. It was about I think $40 or $45, I think, but totally
Yeah,
worth the money. I've had it 6 or 7 years now. I've never had to do anything to it other than clean it and add a little bit of oil to it. I mean, preventative maintenance, you know.
exactly, Kimberly.
There you go.
Yep, yep. Let's make a story. Let's give him a backstory. He was doing a spell to make iced coffee, and
Right.
it backfired and frostbit his ears and his hands.
There you go. There you go. Well, the fellow that got Gengar from me was very
Yeah,
impressed that he stood up on his own. And that's one thing I always aim for. It's not always possible, but I do aim to have an amigurumi that stands on its own, even if you have to twiddle with it a little bit and, you know, get it in the right
yeah.
position. because the pain in the took us to have to try to lean him up against stuff.
Well, this live is just flying by. We've already done an hour and a half.
Yep. Yeah, Dory. I mean, there's a lot of things, you can get the cheap one. But then there's a lot of things that really you're just going to end up buying the other one anyway. So you might as well just get the one that's the right one right off the bat, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yep. Hi,
Hey,
Deidre. How are you, sweetie? Okay, Lisa.
right, Kimberly, I agree. Time flies when you got good people and good conversation.
Yep.
I had the King's week off. I was like, as tired as I was from go, 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 because he wants to do something all the time. It didn't seem like he had a whole week off already, and he's already back to work. Because we were having
Yeah.
so much fun. I mean, I'm tired, but we had a good time.
Good.
The only thing I got upset about was I was a little upset at how much the aquarium cost us to get into. I would not have paid that. If had I had the debit card, we would have not gone to the aquarium. It's
I love it.
$82 for two grown-ups to go to the aquarium.
That is a bit steep,
Yeah,
but I haven't been to an aquarium in like 11 years. We went to the National Aquarium right before we moved because it was only about 45 minutes away,
yeah.
you know, for an hour away.
Pet the stingrays or pet the sharks or whatever, that cost extra.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, I was like, oh my. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the experience and I thought they had some really cool stuff to no, that was down in Charleston. We were right across the bay from Patriots Point.
Oh, how was your battleship tour?
We didn't go.
What?
Well, because the battleship, there's a lot of stairs, up and down. You got to do a lot of stairs going up and
Yeah.
down and everything. And after the one day we went to the museum here in Columbia, and after doing the stairs there, I get really winded going up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
And especially if they're rather steep stairs, and on the ship they are rather steep stairs. And so we were afraid that between my heart and his two brand new hips, that as much as we really want to go see the battleship, that might be something that we probably better see on like YouTube or something, just because of all the stairs. And I'm still fighting with the insurance company and my doctor to get my nitroglycerin.
What?
Now all I have is outdated because they want to give me the nitroglycerin pills. And for me, the nitroglycerin pills do not work properly. One, because I have constant dry mouth. So you don't swallow those pills. You put that pill underneath your tongue and it
Right.
dissolves underneath your tongue. And that's how it helps you to stop having a heart attack. Well, because my mouth is so dry all the time, even as much as I drink, I am constantly dehydrated and retaining water. Very strange things to have in combination with each other. Uh, I'm drowning in my own body, but I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
But So I can't do the pills, but the insurance company every single year fights the doctor about why I can't have the pills because the spray's more expensive. And they don't want to pay for it. But the spray don't work for me, and the pills go bad a lot faster, especially with the heat and humidity here in South Carolina, than the spray does. You know,
Yeah.
if I get the pills this month, by next month they might be all powder, and I go to put one in my mouth, and they literally dissolve in my fingers before I can get it in my mouth. And then
Yeah.
what good does that do me? That doesn't do me any good. I need the spray. So it's been a lot of emailing back and forth with the doctor, and the doctor button heads with the pharmacy, and ugh. It's like I'm just trying to stay alive, people. I wish you'd stop worrying about the bills. I don't care. Charge me extra for the spray then. If that's what's going to keep me alive, I'll pay for it.
Yeah. You shouldn't have that issue. You shouldn't have problems getting your life sustaining medication.
All right. Well, hopefully, whoever ends up taking power, Lisa, after the vote, does what you guys need them to do.
Yep.
I go out and I make sure I vote every time. Of
Hmm.
course, it's real easy for me. The place, our voting place, is literally I could walk there in under 5 minutes. It's right up the road from my house. So yeah, I know, Kimberly, but it's ridiculous. You know, if a doctor fills out the paperwork for the patient needs this medication over this medication, whatever, they should only have to fill that out once, not every single year. You know, they should be just put in the your information that okay, this particular patient needs this medication. You know,
Hmm.
I've had that happen with other things too, like uh, specific, like medications. Some off brands, they'll it's the same medication, but they use slightly different additives or whatever. And certain off brands don't work for me, but the other off brands will. So I've had to go and fight them on that stuff, kind of stuff too. It's frustrating. But yeah, insurance is a pain in the tuchus.
Oh, sorry to hear about that, Lisa. Nightbot retracted held a comment for review. I'm going to show it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody in here ain't gonna. No one in here is gonna say anything they can't. I ain't worried
Yeah.
about that. How did Nightbot do something? I don't have Nightbot.
Oh, you don't have Nightbot? Oh, somebody must have. It said held for review.
Well, YouTube must have done it.
Yeah, YouTube. I forgot you don't have Nightbot.
Yeah, I don't like all that AI crap. I don't trust it. I know that makes me sound like a weird conspiracy theorist, but I don't trust it. Right, that's for sure, Carrie. Everyone's situation is different.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I still have to look at people and explain to them, yes, that I'm 40 some years old and I've had 2 massive heart attacks. No, that's not, you know, out of this world crazy. It happened to a 20
Yep.
something year old.
Yep.
No, you're fine, Lisa. You're absolutely fine. You said nothing out of pocket. You didn't, you know, express
Yeah.
your political opinions one way or another, or you didn't do anything wrong.
Nothing wrong. That's why I approved it because I knew Bridget wouldn't have a problem with that one little word.
Yeah.
So
See, I'm not the only one. Dory don't trust it neither.
it's helpful to me because I don't always have a mod at my lives when I do them on Wednesday, which I
Right.
haven't done one in weeks. But so it helps to, drop the links and that kind of thing. Tell really bad dad jokes, all the normal stuff.
Same, Carrie. Same. I don't like that either. You walk into a fast food restaurant now and there's a big iPad there that they want you to order the food on instead of talking to a person to order what you want. I don't like that. I want to
Yeah.
talk to a person. I want them to know exactly what it is I want, because I'm picky.
Yep.
Oh, don't feel bad about it, Lisa. You're fine, sweetheart.
Yep. We love you, Lisa.
I don't do all the trigger warnings and all that BS in my mind. I think we are all adults and we all have our triggers. That's fine, but we are all capable of managing our own shit. So if we don't like something, we are capable of walking out the door and not letting the door hit us in the ass on the way out. I mean,
Yep.
Carrie, at our stores, they don't even have regular cashiers anymore half the time. So you either check yourself out or you don't get checked out.
That sucks.
But then again, I mean, half the cashiers that they do hire around here, at least at, like the Walmart, and I'm sorry, I don't like Walmart. I hate Walmart, but like, I also hate paying a couple, dollars more for the exact same product, the exact same size, just because I didn't go to Walmart. And I don't
Right.
have time to chase down coupons and whatnot. But I tell you, some of these people they hire to do the cashier, and whew, they's ornery. I don't want to deal with them. So that's the one thing I do. I generally check myself out with the self checkout at the store just because I'm not trying to deal with that attitude. But when I go into like a food service place, I try to talk to the people because I want them to know what I want. And the machine's not going to understand what I want, because when I say light mayonnaise and what they hear, or what they read as light mayonnaise might be completely two different things. Because I always tell them I want light mayonnaise, and then what I mean by that is one itty bitty little tiny squirt, no more.
Yep.
And I can't make that clear to the machine. I think I'm gonna take my water pills again tonight.
Oh, you take them a lot during the summer, don't you?
Oh yeah, and my lungs are feeling a bit heavy. Yeah, I took my shoes off just right before the live so that I could spin, and I've already got bubbles on top of my feet.
Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. Yeah, our Walmart, they have someone standing where the self checkout corral is and watching everybody, but they can't watch everything.
Right.
They- You
There
know,
was
they, go ahead.
there was a fella the other night. Now he was leaving right before I was in the self-checkout area waiting to get a machine, and he was starting to walk out, and the door greeter stopped him. And he had paid for about half of what was in his cart. All the meat that was in his cart just got hidden under all the other stuff that he actually checked out. But instead of
Really?
calling the cops, they allowed him to go back to the checkout and actually purchase the items. And I mean, it was a whole buggy. Absolutely crazy.
Wow.
I can't wear those, Kimberly. I hope they work for you. But for me personally, I can't even wear like leggings because any kind of even light pressure, even if someone's just, putting their hand on my leg, it causes severe pain for me. So that's why a lot of times I wear skirts, or I just recently found leggings that have like flared legs, or I cut the seam out of the leg of my pants and I flare out the pants by putting some extra fabric in so that the fabric doesn't actually make contact with my skin because it hurts too much. I have fibromyalgia as well as neuropathy and restless leg syndrome.
Yeah. Congratulations, Dory. You get the prize of untangled yarn.
Woo, Dory!
Oh, that sucks, Kimberly.
Well, I mean, it's better than the alternative, I guess. I could have no pain, but then I wouldn't be here no more.
Yeah, we don't want that.
So we just, we work around it. I wear a lot of skirts. I look a lot more girly than I actually am. I'm like, let's go fishing.
In your little sundress, you're like, I'm gonna catch the biggest fish, and it's all like, yeah,
Yep.
I see it.
Yeah, I'll be having a do-rag and give me some boots. See, I don't, going back to the whole gift away thing, pride, the thing that you're not so loved. Okay, so that makes like literally no sense. So you can give something, but as long as it doesn't actually have any,
Monetary.
monetary value to it. Well, I guess I won't do that no more. But that's just, to me, that's silly. Like if I
But
want
the
to
thing
give,
was, she wasn't saying only the people who did the super chats would be entered.
right,
You
it was
didn't have
for
to do a
everybody.
super chat to be entered. So,
I'll have to look into it because, I don't want to break any rules and be on the wrong side of any laws. That's why I don't let anyone purchase anything to get into the cauldron,
right.
because I want to make sure that I'm on the right side of where I belong. I don't want to be doing things that are inappropriate. So,
Right. Yes, we missed you, Lisa. And we kissed you.
mwah, mwah. I think we're going to give her a 15-minute warning because that'll give us an even 2 hours.
Okay.
And that way, Mel and I can sit and chitty chat for a couple minutes before she turns completely into a pumpkin.
Before I'm completely a pumpkin.
right?
I have the shape of one.
And I want
Uh,
to finish this last Witchy Wednesday project, and I am working on a tank top, although I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that one yet, as far as what I'm going to talk about and what I'm not. Um,
hmm.
and
Don't
then I
be
have
mad at the
Pokemon that
yarn.
I'm making.
Don't be mad at the yarn though.
Oh no, not mad at the yarn. Not mad at the yarn. Just not going to give platform.
Right.
You know, yarn's beautiful. Yarn is gorgeous. I love it very much. So um, I just
Yeah.
got to do what I got to do,
Yes,
unfortunately.
you do.
But I also will be making another Pokemon for any of the people that enjoyed the last Pokemon I made. The last one was a commission. This one that I'm working on next, as soon as I finish this wizard, is going to be for me. I know absolutely nothing about Pokemons. I'll admit that. However, I am willing to learn. My nieces and nephew really, really like Pokemon, so I'm going to be making them a bunch of Pokeballs for their trip up here this summer. I thought we could play a fun game of like tag with the Pokemon balls.
Mm-hmm.
I got 25 patterns for the Pokemons, and I'm going to be also making Celebi, and she's super, super cute. She looks like a little woodland fairy type creature. So she is going to be mine because she's super cute and she looks like a little woodland creature. So that kind of goes with my whole witchiness, you know. I like the little fairy woodland creatures. So that'll be fun. She's really cute.
Lisa, I am feeling so. It turns out I got an infection, so just taking my antibiotics that have been prescribed and hoping it clears up soon.
I mean, look at her. Is she just not the cutest?
That is cute.
She's just gorgeous.
Let's try this one more time. Maybe by the end of the live, I actually went backwards, but
I have all the patterns for all of these guys. So I will be working on these as well. Yes, the Celebi is from Pokemon, and then I got the Pokeballs. I'm thinking I'm gonna try now, no guarantees, but I'm gonna try to get at least one done a week, so that by the time the kids get here, we have quite a few of them that we could play like a cool game of tag with, like, you know, kind of like hot potato, but with all the balls, and you know, whoever ends up with the specific ball at the end wins. I think is kind of how I'm imagining that game to go.
that sounds like fun. I want to come play.
I figured the kids would like that. Annie would get them outside doing something, you know?
Yep,
And we could also do like a little Pokeball Easter egg hunt, you know?
yep.
So,
That reminds me, I made an Easter short and I never put it up. I guess I'll put it up tomorrow or tonight.
well, the Pokeballs are fairly easy. I mean, there's a ball and got some, a few of them got some added on, you know? So I should be able to actually do one or two in a night, actually, if I sat down and actually worked. Right?
Yes,
Poke hunting.
Lisa and I are coming to play.
Well, come on over. I could use some playtime in the yard.
Okay, so I finally got that round done correctly. Thank goodness.
I wish I would have had my camera with me yesterday when I went out by Tiny, but I didn't bring my phone out with me. I emptied out his pool, dumped it on the ground and folded it back up. Well, when I opened up the gate so that he could come back over to where the water was, he got himself a drink of his fresh water, but then he went where I poured all the water on the ground and it was sitting there in a little puddle. Girl, he got so crazy. He was rolling upside down. He had his legs in the air. He was partying like he didn't care. Like he was just a grunting and a wiggling and you know. He is so much fun. Goofy boy. You're not flying. Well, we'll come up with a teleporter or something for you. I mean, Star Wars or Star Trek or someone's got to have something to help us out, right?
Wonka vision. Willy Wonka.
And that's the whole reason I get him a swimming pool to drink out of in the first place is so he can go in and get cooled off if he needs to, right? Because piggies get overheated pretty easy. And being a boy and in the springtime, right now, he keeps trying to put the moves on his water bowl, his actual water bowl. So, if I just had water in his water bowl, I'd go out there and he'd be like, out of water all the time. Because he's hearing romantic
Kimberly, use that tag, Kimberly. Use the tag.
Definitely use the tag.
Oh my gosh. I've seen those tags. And I'm like, I need some of those.
I should have had some of those to put on to the products that went to the people that will never get a crocheted thing from me again.
Ooh.
Yeah, when I went over and found a baby blanket that I made for them outside with the dogs on the ground.
Well, with those kind of people, it's not going to matter if there's a tag on it that says something smart and funny, or they're going to do what they're going to do, unfortunately.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The king's niece. They were having a baby, and I made them a really super duper cute set and brought it over to them. Less than 2 weeks later, I went over to their house to do something because they're renting our property from us. And I found the blanket that I made for their baby on the ground outside with the dog. And I'm like, never again. Never. Nope, not for these ones. Never again.
Yep.
And in my book, if you're not worthy of my crochet, you're also not worthy of any gift I can spend money on. Gift worthy in my eyes. Yep. But yet, if I make something for my nieces or my nephew, my sister, I tell you what, they'll wear it out. My nephew, I made him a sweater out of, what is that? Lion brand, not the woolies, but it's got wool and acrylic.
The thick and quick. No,
anyways, it's a Lion brand yarn. It's a wool acrylic blend. They have beautiful colors, but because it's a wool acrylic blend, they don't use a very high quality wool. And because of that, it's very itchy. And I didn't really know that when I made hadn't started spinning yet. I wasn't as far along in my journey. And I made him a sweater. And he literally wore that sweater until he couldn't wear it no more. It got to the point where he wouldn't leave the house if he couldn't have his sweater on. He didn't
Oh,
want a store-bought sweater. He didn't want his jacket. He wanted the sweater his Tia made him.
that's so
You know?
sweet.
And bless him, as itchy as that thing was, I wouldn't have worn it. Yeah, and my niece last year when she was here, she picked out one of my hand-dyed, hand-spun yarns and goes, Tia, can you make me something with this? Took me a while, but I finally got her unicorn made.
Yeah, that was a cute unicorn. My nephew last year, he will be 18 on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I can't even. But last year, when I was asking what he might want for Christmas or whatever, he was like, Mimi, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't want anything handmade anymore. And it kind of did, but he did it in such a sweet way.
Right.
You know, I would rather give those items to someone who will appreciate them and use them than give it to him, think he's using it, and he threw it in a corner somewhere.
Right.
You know, which is totally 18-year-old boy. So,
Right. And I'm sure when he gets older in life, he'll have an appreciation for that again. And, he'll want you to make him stuff, then.
mhm. Yeah, he always did have an appreciation when he would ask for certain things or say, "Oh, I like that you made," and
Yeah.
it really does make your heart sing.
Yeah. Heck, my sister's still constantly sending me stuff. And, every time she sends something, it's because, hey, I'd love to have this. And
My
it don't
sister
bother me
does
at
that
all because
too.
I
My
love making stuff for other people. So,
Well, my sister does it and is like, "Can you make this for me?" Unspoken words for free,
right.
and I don't want to go out of my way to charge my sister, but I've done so many things. I made her a 3-tiered wedding cake with molded chocolates, for her second wedding, and not a penny, not even pictures. Like, they had a wedding photographer. There are no pictures of my cake. But, so it's just, yeah, I totally appreciated his honesty.
For sure. For sure.
He's one of the sweetest, kindest kids I've ever known. So,
Well, everybody, we will gonna head on out of here, and we will see you again next week. But remember, next week we will be over at Mel's house for our Monday night. Until then, look out for a bunch of videos. I know for sure I'll have some coming out to you here pretty soon. I want to do an update video on the garden and whatnot outside, and our last Witchy Wednesday, as well as Frantic Friday, making its change in appearance. But until next time, I truly hope that you are all crafting your happiness.
shine bright.